Hey everybody, it is Radley here with a very special edition of the Angel Tarot Show. Now, in a recent episode of the Angel Tarot Show, filmed on May 17th, 2023, I did a conversation with the amazing, powerful Denise Linn about past lives. And one of the things that kind of came up out of that conversation was not just this whole concept of getting information from a past life, but also about getting information from a future self to the current now that could help us to navigate life's troubles. Now, I was fascinated by this, and I sort of like kind of promised a tarot spread that would be advice from a future self. So that's what you got. So I have created this tarot spread, and I wanted to kind of go through it with you. I've called it Loving Advice from My Future Self. And what this is basically meant to be is, have you ever envisioned yourself going back in time to a younger you, perhaps you as a child, and thought, I would so love to go back and give comfort and guidance and encouragement in a very loving way to my past self? Well, that's the way this spread is written. It's meant to be looked at in that perspective of, I am getting advice from a future self who wants me to know something about myself in the here and now and about what is coming in the future. So it is an 8-card spread, as you can see. And the first card is the future me speaking right now. Card number 2 is how I see myself incorrectly right now. Card number 3, what is special about me that I do not see. Card number 4, a past story from childhood that I need to release. Now, that might be a story where I'm not pretty enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not blah, blah, blah enough. A past story from adulthood to release might be the same kind of thing. Number 6 is what needs special attention right now. Number 7, what I will laugh about later. And then finally, card number 8 is the most amazing thing about who I am going to become. Now, what I'm doing is I am putting myself right on the spot and doing something very revealing. And I'm going to do this spread for myself so that you can see how it works. So I am using Angel Wisdom Tarot cards for this spread. So card number 1, I'm putting this here for myself so that I can see. Card number 1, the future me speaking right now. And the card that I got was renewal. Well, that makes a lot of sense to me. So someone, the future me, in the future, looking back on life, because this is the renewal card. It's Jeremiah, life review, looking at life, seeing things and going, oh, I get it now. So that future self who sees things, sees all, knows all, tells all, is speaking to me now. How I see myself incorrectly right now. So I think the emphasis for this particular thing is right now. And I'm not looking for any like concern on anybody's part, but there's a part of me that feels a little alone right now. My personal life, for lots of reasons, even maybe kind of in some ways in my professional life, where I feel a little alone. And so this card is saying that is not correct. You are not alone and you're never alone. And I know that, but maybe my ego, my emotions are getting the best of me. What is special about me that I do not see? So this is a really great card. This is Seven of Earth. I always talk about this as the card that talks about how things will bloom. That I am currently planting seeds for a future that is to come. And maybe I don't see that. Maybe I don't realize just how far into the future this guy is coming from and how things will grow and just how good things can become. A past story from my childhood to release. This makes perfect sense to me because from childhood, I never thought that I was pretty enough or smart enough or any of those things. Maybe I kind of thought maybe I was smart, but I was always comparing myself to someone else and coming up wanting. And the reason that that makes sense, it's not about what Ace of Earth means, it's about the image. And the image reminds me very much of my little sister, hey sis, where I had a tendency to compare myself to her as a child and feel like I wasn't near as cool as my sister was. Past story from adulthood to release. And so this is the Seven of Water, and it says, make a choice, stop procrastinating or overanalyzing, get clarity on what you desire, move forward. Too many options, addictions. So where this really fits for me is that whole aspect of feeling like I don't know what to choose, like I'm always trying to like figure out what is next. I do have a tendency to procrastinate, but maybe this card is trying to tell me that it's like, actually, you have more clarity than you realize. You're not procrastinating. You're just doing too freaking much. And that is borne out by the next card, which is Ten of Fire. What needs special attention right now? Well, this card is working too hard and too many hours. That needs attention right now. I would even say, since it talks about health problems due to stress, that there could be health problems that need attention, but it's also just basically about this whole thing of too much worrying too much. What I will laugh about later is awakening. I always love this card because this is actually meant to be somewhat of an envisionment of me, but it always looks to me sort of like Gilligan's Island. So, but awakening is the card called Hanged Man in traditional tarot. And so to me, what this is trying to say is I'm just seeing things wrong. I'm just totally seeing things wrong at this particular moment. And later, I'll go back to it and go, oh gosh, Radley, what were you thinking? And finally, the most amazing thing about who I will become. Bold, courageous, optimistic, doing what I'm passionate about. But I feel like even more so, this card is really about the child in me really coming out to its fullest extent. And with that magic wand, the Harry Potter in me coming out to its fullest extent, that this guy has seen this happen. So I hope that is helpful to you. I had a lot of people who had watched the Angel Tarot show basically saying, where's the spread? How do I sign up for the spread? How do I get the spread? Here is the spread.